Welcome to the January 13th, 2017 edition of Colorado Inside Out Postgame, a special web exclusive production here on Channel 12. Let's get a quick take on Denver Mayor Michael Hancock announcing his pick to lead the Office of Housing and Opportunities for People Everywhere, or HOPE. Prior to coming to Denver, Eric Solivan was the Senior Vice President of the Philadelphia Housing Authority for 4 years and has experience in policy planning. Very easy for me to say. Pat Calhoun from Westward, the issues of homelessness and housing have really dogged the Hancock administration for a while, but it's a product of how successful Denver is as a city economically, and our housing prices, things like that. What did you think of the appointment and the potential of progress with this new office and this new person?
Well, we'd better have progress, because the last year, I can't think of a topic that was a hotter issue in Denver than homelessness. Whether it was just the street sweeps that the city didn't warn the service providers about in advance, whether it was losing the homeless's belongings, whether it was just the failure to be transparent. It's been a big problem for the city. So I think this appointment has some promise. I think we also are seeing that maybe Denver's road home may be disappearing into this whole new HOPE program. Affordable housing is not going to be it's not the be-all and end-all here, because what's affordable? I mean, most of the artists out there, they don't even rate the amount. They couldn't afford an affordable place. A lot of the people that make this city as important as it is, these are out of their reach. So it's going to be a huge issue. This guy's taken on a lot. But it's a good sign that the city's admitting they need more help.
David Kopel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School. It's a clever title, but can this new office, new position do much?
We'll have to see. Confucius said that the first thing you need to do to run a government correctly is to rectify the names. Homelessness is a deceptive term because it is a symptom of, almost always, of some other problems in the person's or family's life. And so if you're just thinking about the homelessness, you're not thinking about and helping them to the extent they want help with the underlying causes. The separate issue is for people who just can't afford to, they don't have a substance abuse disorder or something like that, but it's hard to live in Denver because it's getting more and more expensive. Mr. Solivan has experience running the Philadelphia Housing Authority, which is something that tries to solve that by having government-run housing, and that presumably helps some of the lucky people who get in. But that's too small scale a thing to deal with the broader problem of, affordable housing as a government program is always something that benefits a small group to the detriment of everybody else, including by driving up housing prices for everybody else who didn't get into the affordable housing. So reform on construction defects and also changes in zoning, things that what's going to make Denver more affordable is making it more possible for people to build on their own housing that people want to live in and be able to sell it to them at market conditions.
Ed Sealer from the Denver Business Journal, what effect can an appointment like this make in Denver?
Well, here's what I think is really good about this appointment is that Hancock is really combining the issues of homelessness and housing. And I mean, we're both talking about a symptom of homes there, but they're usually two wildly different areas. The idea of having this affordable housing program, which is reasonably lauded, although certainly opposed by some of the business community, and having these homeless sweeps, which are probably more criticized than lauded at this point, and putting them together and saying, hey, if we're going to sweep the homeless off the street, maybe we should give them somewhere to go. It seems like a little bit of a no-brainer, but because of traditional government silos, these ideas aren't often combined together. Having somebody who may or may not have the power to be more effective, but at least can consider all of this and recommend some ways to get the homeless from the streets into these homes is a pretty straightforward idea, and I wish him luck. This is a good thing to be considering.
Political activist Justine Sandoval rounds out the panel. Was this the right move by Mayor Hancock?
We'll definitely have to wait and see, but I definitely echo the rest of the panel's thoughts on this. It's a bigger issue than just homelessness and housing. We have to really look at, how people are paid within the city, what these types of plans going forward are going to really help people. There's a lot of families, I think, in Colorado, and there's a lot of homeless children as well, and that this hopefully will help a lot of families stay within homes or within affordable housing in Denver or get into permanent housing to help solve this long-term problem. But I think that there's a lot of distrust right now within the community and the mayor's office. It's really will make a difference as to how they listen to the community and go forward from there. It seems like they take a lot of initiative on their own and totally ignore what we've had to say. So hopefully they'll open up that dialogue as well.
See how good of a listener Mr. Sullivan is.
Yes.
That's all the time we have for Colorado Inside postgame this week. Leave us a comment, tell us what you think. For everyone here at CPT12.org, I'm Dominic Dezzutti. Thanks for watching.